Steve and what's happening just in this area of opiates and seeing the impact on that. And then I listened to Steve talk about the operation of the Bureau. Look, we're always looking to improve the Bureau, always looking to improve the operations of the Bureau, making sure that employers are treated fairly, honestly. I mean, this is important. But we were able to give $1 billion back the last time for two reasons. One, we had better earnings based on the fact that they've adopted a good program of people who are doing the investing. And secondly, the last time we had lower health care costs. This $1 billion rebate comes because, you know, they've earned a lot of money. I'm wondering who the heck is doing their investing. Maybe I ought to hire myself. But because they've been able to boost their returns, but boost their returns in a way that I think from the last time I thoroughly reviewed it, and I always ask the board when they come in to see me to review the risk factors, to make sure that we're looking carefully at whether we're fully diversified. And the return over this last year has been pretty good. Now, I would encourage you not to look at your financial statements when they come in this month, because last month was not good, okay? And we're very well aware of that. This rebate of another $1 billion is just fantastic, because I'm across the state. You know, I'm out there all the time. And what it does is employers, you know, get money back. They can't believe the government's sending them money back. This is not something that they're used to. And I hope that now that they're seeing it a couple times, they don't take it for granted, because it takes hard work. But what they do with this money is, as Steve said, they not only reinvest it in their company, they may have a cushion for a downtime that may come, but sometimes they hire additional people because they got extra money to do some of that. And with this extra money, it gives them an opportunity to do some things that are really positive for their business. And it particularly helps the small businesses in the state, because they're the ones that are always the ones that struggle, and sometimes they live on the edge. So it's a fantastic thing that they're going to get another chunk of money, another $1 billion back. Now, in addition to that, of course, we're very excited about the safety component, because with greater safety, you get fewer injuries. Fewer injuries lead to lower health care costs, which means that we'll be able to do more for employers going forward. And more important than that is the fact that we can figure out good programs to keep people safe. You know, and when I was a kid, I had a friend whose mother lost an arm at a company outside of Pittsburgh. And, you know, it affected her whole life, obviously. So the more we can work to keep people safe, the better off we are. And I'm really pleased that we've been able to get business and organized labor to work together on a package that strengthens small business, but also invests significantly in the whole safety issue. And to think about the fact that now we're going to be doing research into techniques that can lead to even more safety. And Steve mentioned, Jack mentioned the welders. I mean, you think about this whole energy industry and what happens on the wellhead. We have to be very careful. They have to have training. They have to know what's going on. And with the small fire departments, that's terrific, because when they go to put out a fire, obviously we don't want them to lose their lives. And the better training they have, the better they can respond. It's all very, very good. And you know, with these people who are first responders or public safety people, I have a lady that used to be on my detail who lost a limb. Accident in the middle of the median, and thank God she didn't lose her life. But we have to constantly be looking for ways in which we can improve the environment so people can protect themselves and be safe. So these are really, all these things are really good. So the additional billion. Now, we are actually, at this point, once this billion is given, we will actually be above the recommended range. This range has been put in place to make sure that the funds are there to provide for those workers who are injured. And this range is now being exceeded. And I made the decision that we would not get in the range. We can still be above the range a little bit, and I like that cushion. I think that's a smart way to go. So we actually could have rebated more than $1 billion, but I think the $1 billion is the right number, because it'll have a significant impact on employers, but at the same time will give us a little extra cushion, because who the heck knows what's going to happen to this economy and this market over the period of the next year. I mean, there's so much uncertainty, and if you just take a look at what happened with the market here recently. So I think having a little extra cushion is really good. So, you know, the Bureau's doing a good job. They've got to keep working. They've got to keep examining things. They've got to keep figuring out the best way to provide this program. Employers always have lots of suggestions. We need to listen to what employers have to say. But I would say that the $2 billion back in a short period of time is an illustration of a government that seems to be working effectively and efficiently for the people of the state. So I'm glad we have some young people here that are part of this company, and you can understand that the government can have its role, but government constantly has to innovate, just like your business. You have to constantly work, constantly think, and if you just sit on the status quo, things don't go as well. And I want to commend the director here for his work and his staff, and but we got more to do. We got more work to do, and but I think we're in a good place. So to the employers across Ohio, you got a big chunk of money coming back. Some will be smaller, some will be larger. Local governments will get money back, and it's always great to be in a government that can respond and help the folks who we were elected to serve. So thank you all very much.